Hey, I'm Bonn E Maiy. I grew up in a place where the cobblestone meets the concrete, something that kind of parallels with my life. And it took a little bit of time to find my footing, but through persistence and positivity, I finally feel like I know where I'm headed. So much has happened in the past couple of years, and I wanted to share a bit of where I came from. This is my story. So, welcome. This is my high school. This was my high school. And for my childhood, this is where some of my best memories were. It's a really small town. It's a really small school. We had maybe 500 kids, but that didn't discount the arts and music program that we had here. I had some of the best teachers for drama, for music, for art. I was wrestling here. I did powerlifting. I did rugby. I did everything you could imagine. And the greatest thing about being in a small school like this is that everyone's very friendly. You know, you kind of know everybody. They're your neighbors. They're your friends and family. So it was a very close-knit school and a lot of great memories. So here it is. So I'm going to show you just how small of a school this is and how we're in the country. Behind me, you'll see we literally are on the back of farm field. There's cows right over there. Our neighbors are cows. And I just want to show you a little tidbit. If you notice here, there's these signs that say no pets. That sign is there because of me. Because I used to take my dog for her walks. I'd bring her in with me and they're cool with it for a bit, but I think I did it a little too much and you're welcome. Hey guys, editing Bonnie here. Usually I only cry around puppies and kittens, but I got a little emotional going down memory lane. So just a heads up, heavy chance of rain in the next scene. Here. So I've only got a little bit of time to show you, but this is where my creativity, wow, it's so crazy to be here. So I was involved in these productions right here, Tommy, A Midnight Summer's Dream, just in the Technicolor Dreamcoat. Anyways, so I'm emotional. Yeah, this is us. I don't know where I am, I can't look right now. But these are me and my crew. These are like my best memories. And so like you see here, so this was our drama. We have one of the best theater programs in the area. My music room's right over there. And then this was my hall because I did music, I did drama, and then I was a wrestler. So, you know, I'd be doing my morning sports, and then after school I'd be right into this room to then go into the performing arts. So now that I've composed myself, I didn't think when I was inside how overwhelmed with past memories and emotions I would have been and start crying at a wall. But just to let you know, so like I was showing, there was plaques up there and those were like the 3 years of doing the plays with our school. Now, what's great about Erin is that they have an after-school program where you actually get credits. It's called the MAD program, so it's music, arts, drama. All of the students put together the whole thing. So there's the students crew that is doing costumes and makeup. They're doing set design. There's another crew that's learning to do the sound and the lighting for the whole show. The side crew, the actors, everything. And then also the music. So, you know, because we would always do musical performances. So we've got the band there in like the pit doing all of that. And we're literally putting on like a full performance for people. And it was a wonderful experience. And after every single show, we'd always get together on stage after and we'd put Bohemian Rhapsody on, and that was like our final hoorah for like a good show. So while I was in high school, I had a part-time job, and one of my first part-time jobs was to be a cashier at a gas station just outside of town. Brisbane, Corner Gas. Oh, hi! Welcome to Brisbane Corner Gas. So this was my stomping grounds, first job that I had, and you know what the best thing about it was? Endless amounts of ketchup chips. Hey guys, I just had a thought. Isn't it bizarre that I, as a minor, was able to sell lottery tickets and cigarettes? Is this still a thing? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. During my summers in high school, I had downtime. When I was in school, I believe like first semester was wrestling, second semester was rugby. So in order to keep in shape over the summer, I used to stack hay. In order to do anything when you're living in the country, if you are too young or you don't have a car, you're either walking or you're biking there. And this was no exception. So I would have to take, I think it was like an hour and a half to bike. And if you see this road, it is just hills. So it really helps build up your calves. Again, it's a great workout, but think about that. An hour and a half to come here to be stacking hay in the heat all day, only to be done and have to make that exact same trek back home. Yep, that was my summers. This is an old church, one of many in these small towns, and it has been converted into a community theater center. Back in the day, I used to do a lot of the community theater, and we did some Christmas performances in here. So right now, we are sitting in my old work. This is a coffee shop. It used to be called The Shed, now it's called The Tin Roof. But what's most special is that right where I'm sitting now, this used to actually be a big table. It was a communal table. And musicians from all around the counties would come in weekly and bring whatever instrument they wanted that week. And we'd just play. You know, it wasn't really an open mic. We would just sit there, someone would start something, whether it's one of their songs, whether it's a cover, whether it's nothing, it's just inspiration at that moment. And people would be inspired, and then they'd start playing along, and it would just create this great vibe. And those are some of my favorite memories of being here. Right after high school, I, just like many children, go to college. And even though I have a very theater background, I chose to go to school for woodworking because regardless of what I was doing, I was very hands-on, and I find woodworking is very creative, and it is a tangible life skill that I wanted to be able to do. Basically, I wanted to build my own house at some point, which I still will. Anyways, follow me. So this all looks nicer than when I was here last. They didn't have any of this, but this was still a common area, and we learned everything for the woods. We even had like a biology class where you learn about how the trees themselves are growing and the weather changes, so how that affects the way that the woods design, like the grain, and how it absorbs stain. Like, it's crazy. I'm in Kincardine right now. I'm just, enjoying this view after a long drive, and we're about to do a festival, the Country Fest here. And it's very ironic. For the last year and a half, I've been down in Miami posting pictures of me beside the ocean, and now I'm giving you a chance to see my ocean growing up for like the 30 years that I've been in Canada. We don't have an ocean, we have Great Lakes. But you couldn't even tell, we have sand here. You can't see past you, it's just water, and it's so peaceful. So that monument right there is my ancestor, Miles Standish. He was actually a captain in the Navy, and he came over on the Mayflower. So he was one of the first pilgrims that actually came to America when it was the New World. So that's pretty cool. Now, right now, I am in Duxbury, so that's where the monument is, and this is actually the city that Miles founded. So he was a creator of all of this. And being here, I just feel at home. Even though I'm from Canada, I feel that this land just really connects me to America, and it's kind of like my piece of the American pie. Right now I am in Plymouth, and I am standing in front of a monument statue that is dedicated to the natives that were on this land before Pilgrims came here. And I just wanted to give a big thank you and a recognition to these people, because without them, the Pilgrims probably wouldn't have survived their first winter. These people welcomed them to their land, showed them how to have food for the winter, and without that, who knows what would have happened to them. And that would have drastically changed all of American history. And now if you look down here, they have this monument set up that encasing in there is Plymouth Rock. So really neat part of history. We're gonna check that in a second, but I wanted you to just see this landscape here. This is the harbor, and even over there, you just see it's so cute, so quaint. Nice little town. It's so peaceful here. You know, and to just be surrounded by where Americans' history first started, there's just something really comforting about that, and knowing that had my ancestors not have come here, I would not be here. Now we're gonna take a step down this big flight of stairs here. Where we're about to go, this, like, I think this is where they think that the Mayflower landed. Now, for those of you that have been following me for a while, know that my first album was called The Mayflower, and it's basically put on because of this plight, that I'm following in the footsteps of my ancestors, coming to this world to basically create a new life for myself. So now, we're gonna go look at the rock. Just down here, you're gonna see Plymouth Rock. When I started thinking about which parts of my story might be interesting for this bio, the parts that could be helpful to my friends and fans, the parts that might inspire you for something positive, I immediately thought about how much I loved theater and music, but right out of high school, I chose to go into woodworking. Only years later I realized that was fear. It was fear of the unknown. It was fear of thinking I wasn't going to be good enough to get where I wanted to go. The interesting thing about fear is that it can stand in front of you like a wall, or it can push you from behind like a wave. If you can figure out how to make it work to your advantage, I promise you'll chase your dreams like you've never imagined. I know, because I'm living it. So keep dreaming and keep doing. Stay positive and know that every loss only sweetens your next win. And keep your hands on the wheel. I know when my dreams are on the line, it's all bets on me.